Full Service Radio is proudly supported and hosted by Simplecast, the easiest way for a podcast creator to publish and distribute audio on the internet. For more information, visit simplecast.com. Recorded live from the lobby of the Line Hotel in Adams Morgan, Washington, D.C.
Peace and welcome to the Edible Activist Podcast. I'm your host, Melissa L. Jones, broadcasting live from the lobby of the Line, D.C. On this show, you hear from the voices of dynamic Black people and people of color in the agriculture, food justice, and healing space as they share empowering food narratives and perspectives that stem from the land, all while exemplifying the spirit of activism in their own edible way. Let's get started. You're tuning into a 4-part series called Mississippi. My very first episode was a lovely chat with my grandma, Catherine. The second was with a wonderful traditional farmer in Brandon, Mississippi, Miss Felicia Bell. And today you'll hear a candid conversation with my Big Daddy, a Canton, Mississippi native, trucker, and country boy who loved to hunt. We're sitting in my Big Mom, Big Daddy's tiny, cozy living room in North Jackson, and I start out by asking him to talk to me about fishing. Tune in. I want you to talk to me about fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah.
I ain't no fishing.
Yes, you are.
That is fishing.
Oh, Big Mom.
See the fishing? See, when I go fish, I don't know how long Larry done stayed up there.
We'll see.
But for 15 minutes, I'd fold my pole up and come on back to the house.
So when you were in Canton, you didn't go fishing?
No, I went to hunt.
What did you hunt for?
Rabbit, squirrel, coon, whatever.
Raccoon.
Right.
That's what we're
They good.
doing now.
But see, you don't know because you ain't never had none.
No, I ain't not. No.
But
I never had no deer. I ain't never had no coon.
I got some
I've
deer.
had every part of the pig.
I got some deer in there now.
And,
I don't want none.
Rosemary said she was excited
I don't want none.
You want none, Melissa?
No.
about the cow.
No.
And what is it?
Rabbit good? They good.
While he was there
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Teresa. Well, I know she know about rabbit.
on the land.
She don't eat coon. She don't eat deer.
She said it wasn't
But I eat it.
far from
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He just said it's not
Hey,
that far from,
I'm sure it's good.
see,
Back in my meat eating days, I would have loved to try some deer.
see. Now, where I came from up in the country,
Canton, right?
I never seen a deer until a few years back. Wasn't no deer around here. They said somebody brought deer here and turned them loose. But we ain't seen no deer when I was growing up.
Really?
No deer, period.
Look, I go out there and fish all day long and don't fish nothing. Just sit there.
But it just be so calming just to sit there by the water, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
But look here, though, you get tired of looking at that water.
But it's calming though.
That's all right. I don't care. I don't want it. If fish ain't biting, I don't want it.
Big Daddy, how was it coming up in the country?
It was nice. It was not. It was convenient to us because we didn't know nothing else. See, we didn't have all the luxury inside bathroom, gas, running water. We had no luxury of that. We had to haul the water. Your bathroom was way out there.
How far did you have to haul water?
Well, we haul water. I was sent by from here to that next corner up there.
Okay.
But that water what we hauled was to wash and, because they boil water.
Mm-hmm.
But now the
Y'all have wells?
drinking water, we had a well.
Okay.
But what could happen, a well will go dry.
Yeah, Emma said they thought you had fell off in the well.
See, because you could dip.
What?
There wasn't too.
They thought Daddy fell into a well?
Mama was looking for that. Thought Larry had fell off. We had a well right off from the house.
We had a system.
And we just had a well.
I remember the well.
Okay, a well Hey, it goes straight down in the ground.
Right. And you got a bucket that
Yeah,
you
the
go
bucket,
down
yeah.
with.
But we had a
A rope
Right.
with
the rope you can put
Okay,
it
but
down.
now
That
we-
was the coldest good water you ever drink.
right. We
I
had a
bet
system.
that water was so
well,
good.
the water run off the top of the house and run in.
So what y'all had? We had.
We
Yeah.
didn't have that. I remember that well cause we used to play around.
Yeah, that
it.
was good
But
water.
I
That
ain't
water.
fall in that thing.
It's
They couldn't find.
water. See,
I don't know where they found them at, but Emma was telling me. I wasn't there.
See, it wasn't nobody but me, Emma, and my grandmama.
Right.
And this was in what? This
In
was in
Mount
Mount Olive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right out in the country.
Oh, I know.
see, people could take a peach tree. It's a peach tree,
Right.
and they cut the limb out. They cut a limb out like a beet, and they could take that limb and find water.
How? What do you? Wait. What? Take a lemon.
Did
Find,
you?
Wait. Break this down. Break this down. What do you mean find?
They can find water with that peach tree. If you got, but now everybody can't do it. It takes certain people can do it.
Okay.
They take and they'll be guiding that thing. See, that's how we got our well. That man found it, but it was way down there beside the hog pen.
So
All I
someone
know,
would
we used
just
to play around it.
someone would take a limb
Oh.
from the peach
Yeah.
tree
Right.
and just hold it,
Hold
and
it
just
and then
walk
walk.
throughout
Right.
and just.
And when it turned down, that's where water is.
Are you serious?
All I remember,
Right.
the water was always cold.
Yeah. It
And see, y'all probably had a
might taste so
spring or something
clean.
down
It
there.
was cold and clear.
Oh my
well,
gosh!
Y'all had a spring. See, we didn't have no spring.
We had a plane.
Now, where you talking about McCool?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get the closet and go up 35, used to be, I don't know how it is now. It used to be called the line upside the road because it was a spring up there.
It used to be called the line of what?
People be stopping to get water.
Man,
They bring
man,
jugs
man.
and buckets and whatever. They get it. That water lazy, cold and good. It tastes good.
Oh,
That's the
my-
only way I remember. It
Yeah.
always was cold.
Yeah,
I know-
it tastes good.
I used to get it out of the well.
Wow.
Yeah,
I ain't
well,
following
it just running. You know, ain't nobody control the water. It just run.
So could nobody contaminate it? It wasn't
No,
polluted.
no way, no way,
No way.
no way to contaminate it, cause it comes from somewhere. I don't know where it comes from, but it ran all the time. They
I was under
never
5 years old.
365 days a year.
Yeah, you might have been wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, they were
2 or
good.
3 years old.
Big Daddy, when did you move to Jackson?
You know, just running
When?
around. And
So you
And
left the country. You still go out to the country.
well, I started driving 18 wheeler in Canton. So I came down here in about 70, 60 something, about 60 something, 68, 69. Somewhere like that. Yeah. But then, you know, I stayed on the move. I wasn't in no one place all the time.
Many black folks, especially in the South, wanted a way out of agriculture. And for Big Daddy, that was trucking. But to be a black man driving in Mississippi during the 1950s, he experienced harsh racism. I'll let him tell the story as you listen in.
See, I was young. I'd be gone. I could stay up.
When you started driving trucks.
Yeah, I was driving truck. See, I could stay up two, 3 days. It wouldn't matter. I just stay up.
But how was it driving through the South?
Huh?
How was it driving through the South?
Well, I have had some awful experience.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember one boy, but I was over in Alabama and my truck stopped. But I was about a mile from a service station. So I walked back because I remember passing to the station. And when I got to the station, there was another black guy had pulled his truck in there. And I saw him mumbling something to himself, but I didn't know what he was saying. So I asked the white guy, could I use his phone? He said, hell no, you put your nasty mouth on my phone, nigga. That way, ain't nothing you can do but take nigga. Just be quiet.
And don't say
Yeah.
nothing.
Then I said, well, will you call my boss in Jackson and tell him, you know, about truck? He said, yeah. And before I could ask him, he said, you can't go around to the back and get nothing to eat neither. And it's cold, wind blowing. I said, God, I'm afraid to death. I didn't see. Then he said,
Get that mail in.
well, what you can do, he said, you know, it's a big open field.
Hey, how's it going, guy?
He said, you're going to go out there in that field. He said, some wood out there. He said, you can go out there in that field and make you a fire stay all night.
Are you serious?
That's what I did. Yeah. Yo, listen.
And you knew how to make the fire.
Oh, yeah. I was educated on
all
making
sorts
fire.
of skill sets.
I
Don't
mean, I
ask
did.
me to make no fire. I'm just
I
taking it now.
made a fire and stay all night. Till,
And you just sat outside all
no,
night.
yeah, but see,
You had those survival skills.
You
though,
couldn't-
anyway.
we couldn't go in a restaurant. That was out. Now, but then you had a good side to that. You could go in the back, but guess who was cooking?
We were.
There you go. See, the white man thought he was doing something good, but we
were
were
back
cooking.
there.
Now when he sent us in the back, them cook will feed you good. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So they know. They know that sometimes they'll put some. I'll run eat that up, man. Put some on there. See, he
We
up
had to
front.
look out for one
Think
another.
he's doing something big. But we back there getting fat. So, you know, it was there. And you couldn't take no bath. Now,
Because you couldn't use their facility. You couldn't
no,
use any,
you had to go out in the
stuff.
weed, or either you find you a stream somewhere and wash up. You know, it was a mess. It was awful. Now, when we get from down here, I say get up around Kentucky, and up in on up, things would change, you know. Cause I have had white guys that look. You go in there and take a shower right quick, but you gotta hurry up. I'm gonna stand in the door and watch.
Whoa.
Because he didn't care was the owner or just another white man. They didn't want nobody to see you going in there where the white folk go. That was a no-no. See, cause you was a nigga all the way. There wasn't no color, wasn't no black. It was nigga.
That's all
It's
the
a-
word.
It's the dude in Canton wanted to kill me because I told him I ain't no boy. See,
Man, oh man.
here for us going down the road, I'm on the tail. He pulled me over. I said, why you pull me over and them three cars was in the front of me? He said, boy, cause you was speeding. Now I'm on the tail end. 2-lane road. Then he come with, boy, let me see your driver license.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, I'm getting tired of boy, cause I was kind of hard-headed anyway.
How old were you at the time?
I'm about 22,
Okay.
21, 22. Then he said, boy, again. I told him my name ain't no boy. My name Willie Jones. That's kind of rich and got his pistol. Nigga, I'll kill you. I quit being boy.
It wasn't funny back then, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't funny.
Ooh.
At the same time,
The fact
you
that
know, the
lived
devil
through that,
is
though.
busy. I had a 20 gauge pump shotgun laying on my back seat loaded. 6 shells in. And the devil was telling me, kill him. He said, pick up that gun and blow his brains out. He back there with his foot cocked up on my bumper, right? And I'm right here with a shotgun. I could have picked it up and blown the head off. Cause you know what happened to me.
Because he could have killed you and got away with it.
Yeah.
That's what they was doing then.
Yeah, they were done.
They did my 6th grade teacher like that.
Now, I didn't know the guy, but it was a young guy came from Chicago, right up 51 above Canton. He and his wife and kids stopped at the store, to get some gas. What was said, I don't know. But they killed him right there in front of his wife and children. And you know,
Goodness.
you hear it today, that was it. Only way you hear it again, you hear it from some black folk whispering about it. There ain't nobody do nothing about nothing. They also can't get my daddy. 6 white folk come to get my daddy. Because the man, you going, my daddy going straight up the highway, dude come out the side road, hit my daddy. And the dude will come out the side road and make my daddy pay for his car. It was a mess. But you know you have to learn how to live with stuff like that. See,
back at the end, people don't understand that either. See,
no.
If some people down their head, a generation say, "Oh, I don't think," but that's why God didn't have you in that generation.
Right.
Because you would have died in that generation.
Yeah,
It's a
right
spot
about
you couldn't
that
make.
one.
Because even when we was in Mount Island, the only thing I remember more,
Mm-hmm.
the little ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
I never could. And that used to, I never could go up to the front like everybody else.
No,
I had to go in the back. And I wasn't even much over 5 years old, and I still remember that stuff. Like she said, when it fell in the well and stuff, I was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I remember all of that stuff in Mount Island. We couldn't do.
I know.
But that ice cream stall, they used to. Why I can't go up there? Like,
White on one side, black on
the
the
best ice cream.
no, the best ice cream you can get.
Because, see, if it was a water fountain, they had color and white. It was rolled up in big letter. And you get on your side.
Don't touch that water fountain.
No.
That's where they had it at the outside downtown in Mount Island.
They didn't allow us to drink water out the faucet.
Sure didn't.
No. You couldn't drink, running water at a service station place. You couldn't drink no water out that faucet. You better not.
Well, that was it.
They were going to do something to you. And see, the bad part about it, when they do something to you, then they go to meddling in your family.
Right.
And if you just say I bullied up to them, and if they were kind of scared of me, then they go bother somebody in my family.
That's why they had more clout.
Yeah, see,
And
they
can get away with just like you say. There's people been dead down there, and they never been looked into it. All they know they been missing.
That's right.
But y'all gonna tell me
That's
how
right.
my daddy used to beat them out of their money. They thought he couldn't count.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
You couldn't beat a black man. You couldn't beat him.
You couldn't beat a black man.
You couldn't beat a black man. I don't care what you try. You couldn't beat him.
Emma said, what's his name? The white man. Said they thought they beat him, and my daddy said he count that money. But he always, as a deacon, I remember him as a deacon. He always had me on his arm. And when he be taking up money, he had my arm. He be counting that money.
Yeah.
You went up there right with him.
But Emma said they thought they were doing something. But my daddy, he said that math. Said he had them going. He was good in math.
Yeah, you can pick cotton like
he said they
picking
thought
cotton.
they
You
was
get
doing
paid so much a pound.
Uh-huh.
You can't beat nobody. Them folks, you think talking about he can't read, he can't write.
But see, if you let them know that,
Oh, absolutely. That's even still to this day almost.
It was bad. It was bad. And like black folk, they cared about each other then.
yep.
Black folks stuck together. Because if you had a hog and killed him, you gave all of us some meat.
Right.
Everybody got, because you invite all us over and we'll get some of your meat. And then when we kill, we do you the same way. And if you were working, if I was through working, then I'd come over and help you work.
Yep.
That's what Grandma was. I was talking to Grandma a few days ago, and she said back then, she was like, it was just really love because nobody went hungry.
No.
If they didn't have anything, they actually really did have it because the neighbors made sure they had it and vice versa. Because everybody is so territorial now. Don't try to pick something on somebody else's street. They looking out like, what? Wait a minute. Especially back at home up north, we don't play that.
See, we had some cousins was a little less fortunate than we are. Mm-hmm. Well, cotton picking time, we'll they pick cotton and hide it in the woods. You know?
Really?
Well, at night, we get the wagon and go get it and bring it over to our barn. Yeah. Okay. And when we get enough to make a bale, we take it to the gin and Jen and my granddad. Because the white man wasn't no giving it. All right. And then he'll sell it and do everything and give him the money. That was survival.
Yeah.
Cause the white man wasn't gonna do nothing
Yeah,
for
of
him.
course
Cause he
not.
was living on the man plate. And I ate more rabbits and coon and squirrels.
Big Dad, you still don't eat no coon to this day?
I love him. Love him. I had to. All you gotta do is cook this guy. I got him. I ain't playing. But
Big Daddy, did you ever think about going into agriculture real hard? Before? No, not at all.
listen,
Why?
Listen. See, here's what you got to understand. Cause your grandma know. Well, she probably went out there. Like, it wasn't no hour, nothing. It was from the time you can see to the time you can't see.
I'm really not trying to laugh about that, but I
That's
just you
the
saying
truth.
that's the truth.
Listen, you be out there, we get up in the morning, and we go out there to milk the cow. We get that bucket. Well, you know, you do it so much, you know where the cow there, you know it. We milk them cows and turn them loose, and then head to the field or head wherever you got to feed the pigs and stuff. But more folk were trying to get out there because they were trying to get away.
Yeah.
You know, and expect you, okay, $2 a day, you will make, if you were working with somebody else, $2.50, $3. But, and then if you go to town and get a job, you can make a little bit more, you know? That's what we were doing. And we were trying to get away, which was, I guess it was a mistake, because everybody done left the country now. And don't know about it. They don't even plant greens in the country no more.
Because I remember down there, it was, that sugar cane was the top of the line.
Yes, sir.
That sugar cane.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Ooh,
I
ooh,
mean,
ooh, ooh.
We had a bad food.
Sure was. I remember
Man.
that truck used to be, sometimes they be hanging on the truck.
Right?
Sugar cane. That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, we used to raise it,
Yeah,
and then
that sugar cane
make
was
syrup.
special.
make syrup out of it.
Yeah, yep. Sir.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, the history of farming, obviously, especially in the South,
What-
I mean, it wasn't a glorious one at all. So
well, see, now,
See here.
compared to then, it's just like day and dark. It's just like day and dark. Because black people didn't have tractors and equipment.
Right,
They had mules or oxen. Now, I never put food with the oxen. But mules was all we ever had. Mules and horses and cows. Well, a lot of people didn't have that. See, sometimes, that's all. You got a cultivator, you got some dish, you got a section house. We had to use each other's stuff, you know, to get the crop going. Because you wasn't able to buy all this equipment. But I know Sister Joan got it over there. So I borrow it from her when she get through. Or Brother Joan, I go and borrow his planter. You know,
Yep.
that's just the way it was. Sometimes you have to borrow his mule.
oh gosh, let me borrow my mule.
Here's what happened. Okay, if you had your all your stuff rolled up and you run a section hog, you had to have 2 mules. Well, you ain't got but 2 mules where you need to be planting right behind it. Now you got to borrow a mule to pull the planter.
Yep.
Hey. But now one thing we didn't do, we didn't go hungry.
I know
Not
that's
a day.
right.
Never go hungry down that way.
That's what
Never
all
go
y'all
home.
tell me. Grandma, granddad, everybody. My mother, she said, we ain't never
Never
starved.
go. You ain't
ever.
going hungry. No, but it might not be what you want. but you could get food.
That's what
I'm telling
mommy
you
said.
that. Yeah. And see, and the good part about it, them sisters could cook. They could cook, and whatever they cook was good. They
Man.
knew how to cook. But that was some hard life.
No, but you
It
know
wasn't,
what?
it wasn't no laying up in the bed till 10, 11 o'clock.
No.
You better not be caught in that bed with the sun. You get beat now.
You getting beat? Back
But
then,
see,
by
and the
more than
next
one
thing-
person.
My granddad didn't call nobody to get up. He didn't call nobody.
It wasn't such a thing.
When
he had to be
when
up.
he wake up at 4:30, he clear up his throat a couple times. That was it. You better be getting up, coming out of there. Yeah. And people didn't beg children to do nothing. They just tell you what you got to do, and that's it.
There wasn't no asking.
Wasn't no other you got to go do it. You mama get round the corner, but you better not let nobody hear
Hear
you.
you?
Well, yeah, like my sister. My sister tell on you in a minute, she tell it. Yes, Lord. That's a lot, but we had.
Y'all have a lot. Y'all have a lot of
But you know-
history and
That's
you've
the reason I
experienced
wonder
a lot.
why they cutting history out.
Exactly.
History is needed. These young folks need to know something about.
Yeah, because I hear in one state now they trying to vote in some schools to have black history.
Yeah.
And see, in that Callaway, that was the only school when I was coming up that had black history. When they put me out of Morris, sent me to Callaway,
Yeah.
I had all my units to graduate.
Oh, okay.
And they tell me if you want to graduate, you got to take black history.
Right.
What?
Yeah, and Barbara Gore and the rest of them girls, they took the test for me. They took the test for me. Woody, cause me and Woody, JT, we all had a half a day. Cause once you get all your, you have your 18 credits
Right.
before you leave. I had mine when I got over there, but that was the only white school that was teaching black history. And she said, "Well, you got to take this course before you pass." I said, "But I already got mine." She said, "But you still got to take black history." But everybody at that school coming up as a senior, shoot. And then I knew Bob, because I used to ride to school with Bob. Hey, what you gonna do? And Gwendolyn Harris, you live over in Bernadette.
Right, yeah.
Her, Bob, them, they took that test for me.
Very good. Well, they sure need to be taught.
Miss Cotton, she didn't care.
Thanks for tuning in. You can catch today's episode on fullserviceradio.org, as well as iTunes and Spotify. Be sure to follow Food Talks in Color, that's just the letter N, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for all updates. Are you an edible activist? Sure you are. Come join me on the show. Just shoot me a DM on the gram or connect with me at foodtalksincolor.com. And if you're interested in sponsoring this podcast, let's connect. Peace and blessings. And remember, in the words of Baba Tariq Adunu, there is no culture without agriculture.